Today's adventure is a little bit different for me. We're meeting up with some people from the Bay Area Jeep Club to go out onto the Oregon Dunes, just west of the lakeside. So meeting at the Spinreel off-road parking area, and we'll air down and go out for a spin on the dunes. So I hope it works out good. The weather is supposed to be rainy, but right now it's sun's out, and maybe we'll have a lucky day. Let's get to it. The day starts relatively early, driving from Bandon north on US 1 through Coos Bay and North Bend. There's still a lot of mist in the air and the sun is shining. Of course, we need to stop and fill up the tank, and then we can be on our way. Believe it or not, right at the point where we turned off to the Spinreel area, it had sleeted and there was snow on the ground, but this was the only place that we saw it. In the parking area, everybody got together and did the air down and started chatting with old friends or new friends and waited for everybody to get going. And soon enough, it was time to head out onto the dunes. This is the first time that I'd been out on the dunes in my Jeep. I'd been out one time before on dune buggies when I was out with my son, but this was somewhat new. And this is the area where you first get off into some dunes and then over into an area that takes you toward the ocean. I'm glad we did this first because it gave me a chance to get used to driving in sand before I actually got onto any of the bigger dune areas. The first stop right along the ocean, and gave the kids a chance to get out and run around, and everybody else to check their gear and just enjoy the ocean. The sun had not quite come out yet, and so it was still a little bit cloudy, but everybody was having a nice time. We did have one point where one of the Jeeps got bogged down in the sand a little bit, and it took just a little winch to help him get out. reached the end of the beach section and crossed over into the Horsefall parking area and took a short break at a restroom, and then hit the dunes again. This time we're heading north along the dunes, away from the ocean, back toward the direction of the Spinreel area where we started. It was about this point where we had some real excitement. We parked at the top of a dune, and Bob's Jeep got away from him.
Here with another exciting episode of Shades of Blue right here on Sirius XM. Thank you very much.
But Mel, our leader, took off to rescue the runaway Jeep. So in the end, all was well, including Blue the dog, who was in the Jeep at the time. Nobody was hurt and no vehicles were damaged. So it was time to hit the dunes again. It's time for a quick lunch break, and then we were off on the dunes again. This was another interesting part of the trip. The vehicle on the left that's coming toward us apparently got sideways on the dune and rolled over.
That one's been on its head.
Yeah?
You can tell. They rolled that one. Yeah, well, I looked at those jeeps and I thought, are those put up? No. Yeah. Nick went up there and nobody was in there. I'm like,
But you can tell he rolled by the sand.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
you-
amount of sand on
Yeah,
the
well, see how too it's all
yeah.
right side
Well, the whole top of it was covered in sand,
Yeah.
so I figured that was a good point.
Take care.
So a big thank you to Bob, who inspired the trip, and thank you to Mel, who was our trip leader and guided us through the dunes. Also thanks to all the others who were on the trip. I had a great time.